So I was originally going to do a vlog like the day after I landed, so after being here for about 24 hours, and I did actually, but then the file got all corrupted and dumb. So here we are now. I've been here for 3 days, which, I mean, is still pretty early, all things considered, and actually gives me even more stories. So I guess we'll start off at the beginning when I landed and stuff, or I guess the plane ride. So it was actually really, really funny because so much stuff tried to go wrong when I was here, or when I was like trying to get here. So when I first got into the Minneapolis airport and handed the United Airlines people my bags to get checked, within 3 minutes they lost them because they forgot to put on a like the United Airlines specific check tag thing. So they had to go run and find that. They found it within 15 minutes. Thank goodness. God, that would have been a mess. And luckily, they found my bags. That got all squared away. I easily found my terminal. Just really weird, wacky stuff like that. Honestly, just kind of kept happening. Luckily, I never got lost. I never lost anything permanently. I got really scared for a minute when I got to Sydney, and my bag wasn't appearing like in the carousel because like I had been standing there for a good 10 minutes, and other people from my flight were starting to walk away, and I'm like, oh God, where's my stuff? But everything was fine, thank goodness. Yeah, getting to Sydney was fine overall. It's kind of funny, actually. I was expecting the flight to be worse. I was expecting it to be a lot worse. I was expecting the flight to be brutal and to hurt. But it really wasn't that bad. It was 15 hours in the air, roughly. I slept for between 6 and 8 of them. And then when I finally woke up, I changed my phone to Sydney time. So that way I kind of knew when it was. Like, okay, it's really late. I should just chill, take it back instead of like trying to do something really active. And then as it got, I guess, later, I started doing more than, trying to write, doing other stuff. Also, I'm talking really low, by the way, because it's 8 in the morning here, and as I will elaborate on later, the Aussies love to drink, so I think a lot of them are still asleep from partying. At the very least, I haven't heard anyone else in my flat. Anyway, so I went through customs. Customs was laughably easy. Again, I was really worried. It's like, okay, where's your visa? Here's your passport. And it's like, I walked up, I scanned my passport, they took a picture, walked up, got into a line, handed a guy my passport and one of them customs declaration things, and walked away. And he was like, "Yeah, get well, mate. Welcome back." It was so weird. It was very, very weird, just overall. But then once I was out of like the whole customs area, walked over to, I had a shuttle. It's called Happy Cabby, which is, it's funny because it was a van. I guess anything can be a cab. Anyway, there with a couple other Iowa State students, and with a bunch of people going to the University of Newcastle, many of them from the U.S., and then one very kind, I guess, Aussie native. She's from, I think, just south of Newcastle. I can't remember the suburb. Oh, Toronto. It's from Toronto, which is hilarious because, Canada. It was really cool though on the ride over, because it was about a 2-hour drive ish, close-ish, and she was answering all our questions. When we asked, at one point she fell asleep, and we didn't bother her, but asking all these really cool, answering all these questions for us, and satiating our knowledge for Australia, which is really cool because I don't think it's having a better light here. Nope, that's worse light. Anyway, being really helpful. I just don't feel like that would happen in the U.S. Or maybe if it would, it still wouldn't be that great. I don't know, honestly. Goodness gracious. Got to the University of Newcastle. That was actually really easy, just because he dropped us off right in front of the building, which I was a little surprised at. I guess I wouldn't be used to that much service. But, gosh. Just trying to get my words together. Got in, said I'm an international student. They gave me like a really simple, I'm not sure if it's temporary, but a student ID card with some stuff on it. Got taken over to my residence. Moved in less than an hour. So I'm in a flat with, I think, 5 other people. Numbers are hard right now. I always have such a bad time. I know them all by name, but like, so Will, Grace, Renee, Matt, me. Maybe just 4 other people. Shay. There is 5. Shay. Okay. Yeah, there's 6 of us total. Three guys, three girls. It's pretty cool. I have my own little room. I guess I can show that. So, door, mirror. Actually, this is a really cool, like, doorless closet cabinet thing. Pretty nice desk, and I got a pretty cool view. You can see that. Probably not well, and I'll be honest, I'm not concentrating too much on how good my view is for you guys. There'll be more pictures later. So, side note, I was originally going to have these be more podcasts, just so that way no one feels obligated to watch me talk, which, if you are watching me talk, feel free to go to another tab. However, I realized I don't have my microphone, like my headset microphone, and I'm just enough of an audiophile that if I'm going to do pure audio, I want it to be good pure audio, and I know my laptop speakers aren't that good. So for now, unless I break down and get a mic, these will be actual videos. Luckily, though, I do have software that will allow me to like put pictures over. So once I start taking some actually good photos, I did a little bit of photography, but nothing special. Some actually good photos. They'll start going over me talking, and that will actually be something worth watching. Anyway, so back to the story. Moved in like, I don't have that much stuff, so like in about an hour or so, and then one of my flatmates is like, hey, I'm going over to another block, you want to come with? And I did. Met a bunch of really cool people. I think I met like a dozen pretty awesome people, just talking, being friends, all that stuff. Saw Deadpool that night too, which I find kind of funny. It's like, oh, well, it's one of the first things you did when you landed in Australia. Watched a movie. But it's funny though, is I got to see it before everyone else in the US because of how the time changes. After all, I'm 17 hours ahead, so oftentimes I'm a day ahead of you guys, which I still think is really funny. But, words. Moment, please. Woke up, the next day was a lot of just like getting my bearings and stuff like that. It was actually really funny. So because of how late we saw the movie, I didn't get back till midnight local time. And to put that in perspective, that means I had been awake for about 20 hours straight, give or take. And I managed to stay awake through the whole movie. And I went to sleep. I went out like a light. And at 2:30, I hear all this knocking on my door. Matt, Pat, and I think one other guy came in. Oh, Dave, hi, Dave, wake up. Just going on about stuff. I can't even remember what. Like saying that it was like 7:30. I need to get up. Oh, I have to, have some breakfast or whatever. And I sat down there for some reason. I think Pat was talking to me about the NBA or someone else. I'm not sure. And like I was this weird state of awake because I wasn't dead asleep. I wasn't like. I felt awake, but I think it was like my lower brain, my higher brain was not working. And Matt was just going on. I needed to get up. Oh, I'm gonna have some breakfast. It'll be great. And I had the curtains here are blackout curtains, which is actually really smart, especially given that my room faces the quad. But anyway, and like I was about to get up, and then like something went ding in my brain. I'm like, Matt, it's not 7:30. He's like, no, mate, it's 2:30. Go back to bed. I'm like, thank God, fell asleep. And at this point, mind you, my blankets were a beach towel and a windbreaker because I hadn't got a chance to get linens yet. Did the next day when I woke up. And actually that's what I did my second day is I got in a bus, went to a shopping center, bought as much as I could fit into a backpack, which is a shocking amount. I have actually almost everything I need now. I just need some better food. That's one thing I've kind of skimped on, is proper food. So, I mean, I have like bread, peanut butter, jelly, and stuff like that, but I realized that that's not a good meal. That will not make for good meals. So I need to go get like pasta and onions and a bunch of other crap. Anyway, so the second day I was here was the start of O week, orientation week, and that's the week right before classes start. And I'll tell you what, it's a heck of a mess. It has something called block wars. So I'm in Evatt House, and Evatt House consists of, gosh, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like almost 10 houses. We'll just go really easy math, and almost 10 houses. So 10 individual buildings. And they're called blocks, and they're lettered A through like J or something like that. Again, almost 10, or about 10. And there's a bunch of different games, and they are all drinking games versus one another. And I mean, I do occasionally drink, but definitely not to this level. They had, you guys, if you guys seen those big, like, I think they'd be about like 2 foot diameter, maybe 2 foot tall buckets. Seen those? Well, they bought a ton of various alcohols, threw into the bucket, and that was our alcohol for the night. It was a mess. It was still a lot of fun. I would be lying if I said it wasn't. It's because it was a really cool sense of community. And it was a sense of drink to blackout. It's like, hey, we're all like participating in these drink games. We're all having a really good time. People are really cool about it. It's still more than I like to drink, I'll be honest. And after that night, I was smart. I took a lot of water. I was fine. I was pretty fine in the morning. I think a bit of a headache just because I think I was still dehydrated, but nothing crazy. Point is that I do not plan on drinking that much again. And I mean, that's not even to save face with like my parents or anyone else. It's just the simple truth. I don't know. I really value being able to wake up early in the mornings. I legitimately do. This place is so pretty. I'll get to that later. But anyway, after admittedly a really fun night that I probably wouldn't repeat again, just because it's not worth it. I woke up the next morning still before everyone else, and I got up at like the disgusting time of like 8:30 or something. God. And I think it's what I did yesterday. Grabbed my camera, started walking around. There's a train station pretty close to campus called Waterbrook. I guess Waterbrook. And it's supposed to be like wildlife stuff there, so I walked all around campus, taking pictures of. There's one called magpies here. I think I'll do these in a later video just because I don't have the best pictures yet. They kind of look like crows, except they're like splotchy black and white, and they're super pretty. Took a bunch of pictures of those. Tried to take pictures of lizards. Couldn't find any. Couldn't get any good ones. They were very skittish. Tried to find snakes. Couldn't find any snakes. Still disappointed in that. Goodness. Get my words together. When I was walking to Waterbrook, so the train wasn't actually running that day, and so the city instead does buses instead. And I was just walking around kind of nearish the train station where the bus was, and the bus driver comes out, and him and I had like a 30-minute chat about like picture taking, and because I was taking pictures, there's a lot of really cool flowers near there, some really cool like pretty scenery, and I was taking pictures of that, and we just chatted about all kinds of like all the stuff that we've taken, you know, his life, things like that. The Australian people are so friendly. Okay, great example. So first night I got here, right? Didn't have anything for dinner really set up to go, and I thought I could just walk to like there was a Subway nearby, but everything here closes at like 5:30. At this point, it was closer to 6, like a more normal dinner hour. And oh god, it was just sorry. So I went down to student services because I'm like, okay, they'll be able to help me where their stuff is. My roommates are all making dinner, so I don't want to bother them. And I'm not going to mooch off them. So with student services, I'm like, hey, where can I go get some? Where can I like walk to get some grub? And one of the ladies like, oh, I think all like the various bars and stuff are closed here. I could drive you to a local shopping center where I think they got some food. I think they got some food ready to go. They got some like restaurants. Sorry, they got some restaurants and stuff. And I'm like, oh, well, I was just there, and I think they were already starting to kind of close up. And she's like, oh, that's, Tell you what, and she came with me to a back room, and she, like, gave me, like a little, instant packet of noodles, like, microwavable noodles, and, like, a peach and a nectarine, and, like, a half a dozen other things. And I'm just like, what? I mean, I was so thankful, but that never would have flown in America, where someone who's, like, part of the university just gave you food. And like, I cannot thank this lady enough. Jenny was her name. Oh my goodness, I actually ate like a king that night, comparatively speaking. But gosh, I have at the very least now I make my own dinner with like peanut butter and jelly and stuff like that, just so I don't have to do that again because I felt so bad. And okay. So then yesterday I walked around, did some photography, hung out. There's a lot of just hanging out where we'll just chill in someone's big living room and just kind of talk back and forth and all of that for like things that take up my day. There was another huge party last night. We were supposed to, as a whole of the house was supposed to kind of like go to this place called SJ's. I think it's a club. And I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, I'll go with everyone else. And I thought about it, I was like, it's a club. That means I'll kind of like have to drink or something. I really don't want to. I also don't want to fake it. I don't want to bother faking it, which is a really, really weird sentence for me to say. Oh, I don't want to bother faking it. Like, what? Anyway, not the point. So I just walked around campus at night. I was going to do this nature walk, but it is dark. I mean, there's dark and then there's dark. And I'm like, you know what? Nope. I'm not comfortable enough yet to do it. Came back, chilled in my room, and actually went to sleep by like 10 o'clock, again, local time. Which for me is a little bit weird. It's really early. It's like I go to bed at 10, I woke up at like 7, so I'm getting like 9 hours of sleep, which is great, for the record. I love it. I actually have energy, like, constantly. But, goodness. Anyway, I think that brings me to today. So today's Monday, for the record, Monday the 15th. I believe it is, at this point right now, still Sunday the 14th for a lot of you guys, if not all of you guys. And today's the start of actual like orientations for the different colleges. So today I have my it's the international students orientation. So just some very general, like, welcome to the university, even though a lot of you have been here for a couple days. I think I get free lunch out of it. I hope I get lunch out of it. I have a little schedule that I wrote down. I know tomorrow I have my engineering orientation, and there's definitely lunch, which I'm very excited about, because it's a barbecue. I don't know how much it'll be, but it should be something. So, yeah, that's getting everyone up to speed. I've been having a blast. I mean, oh my goodness gracious. I lack the words, to be frank. I absolutely lack the words. This country is beautiful. I mean, I think I'll do eventually some little snippets of walking around campus. But walking around campus it's not like walking around a university. It's not like walking around a city. It's like walking around a national park. Because of how they set up the campus. There's tons of bush. So, like, trees and bushes and plants and all kinds of stuff. Lots of wildlife, at least lizards. And tons of, like, magpies. I saw a kookaburra last night, which I was way too excited about. I was way too giddy. Just because it's like, it's a kookaburra. Like, it's as Australian as you get bird-wise. I got to see one, which was cool. I was really happy about it. Really pretty campus. I'll get some pictures later, put them up, just because I don't want to walk around campus with my video camera. I have a certain limit to where I want to be a tourist. The people here are so nice. The people I live with are fantastic. They're funny and personable, and accepting of the fact that I'm an American. Not that I was too worried about that, but, still. Yeah. Wow. Goodness. So I've been here for 3 days, loving every minute of it. Funnily enough, I'm actually waiting a little bit for classes to start. Just because I see a lot of drinking on the schedule, and I'm like, I want to do stuff other than drink, and that includes studying and, like, learning what the Australian education system is like. Again, this isn't to save face. I want to. Plus, it'd be nice to meet some other engineers. I don't live with any other engineers. Upstairs, Sam Hunt, he's the kind of the residence advisor guy, RM, I think they call it. Not a great guy. Phenomenal person. I think he's a civil engineer. But he's always doing other stuff with people, which is, it's cool. But point is, I don't know a lot of engineers, which is fine. Okay, I think that's just about everything. So today's orientation. I don't know when I'll do another vlog. I mean, part of me would, of course, love to do one every day, but that would be a bit much. That wouldn't be a bit much. That would be a lot much. Goodness. There will be one probably pretty soon, now that I know what I want to do with my videos, so that way they don't get corrupted and all that. They should come out a little faster, because part of the reason I didn't upload the other one is because I was going back and forth if I wanted to fix it. Right, so, I think that's going to end it for today. Thanks a ton for watching, guys. Again, I guess leave a like if you want, or, like, comments and stuff. It's still weird asking. I don't know what to do with that. But, thanks again for watching, guys, and, take care.